Hello internet people and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever watched a show or movie like JJK, Invincible, or one of the many MCU projects and thought to yourself, wow, I surely would love to live in that universe and not work my shitty 9 to 5 job? Well, I hate to break it to you, but you still probably be working your shitty 9 to 5 job, just in a lot more danger in your everyday life. For example, if you were in MCU, you could just be in your apartment after a shift at McDonald's and just crack open a cold one, be ready to watch your favorite show, and then BOOM! The Hulk just fucking blows through your window and just throws your couch at a random guy down the street, you know? Like, that sort of thing can happen. And this is just like one of the tamer universes to live in. Before I get to the other places that would suck to live in, I just want to give credit to a few YouTubers that I got the inspiration for this video from. And those two YouTubers are Ethan on Everything and Degenerosity. I have like 2 locations and a few reasons that are similar to theirs, but other than that, everything in this list will be all my own, all my thoughts. And of course there'll be other YouTubers that probably have an idea like this video and have similar locations to mine, but I think I found a few places that they have not, so stick around for that. Also, one rule that I've set on this list is that every location or universe that we talk about will be from a perspective of a normal human. So no superpowers, no special abilities, no plot armor. You get an equal chance to die like everyone else. And just before we start, please like and subscribe. It would help immensely. And with that out of the way, let's get into the list. Let's jump into the most obvious place in the Marvel Universe, and that is New York City. New York City is already a hellhole to live in real life, so having superpowered individuals on every street is kind of annoying. We got some maniac running around trying to kill some blind guy wearing a devil suit. We got the Avengers destroying half of New York with their weekly fight against some alien or superpowered individual of the week. We got some kind of Sparty guy swinging around fighting some kind of Sandman, Rhino guy, Metal Octopus, and God knows what else. Like, in reality, I don't understand how there's a functioning economy in this city. Like, how can you live your life going to work and like not knowing if your house is gonna be there by the time you're off of work? The rent cannot be that low to justify having the probability of dying being near 100%. Your life expectancy will go down at least 25 years just living in this city alone. The same goes to Gotham in the DCU. Like, why are there 50 supervillains for one normal guy without superpowers? Like, at least in New York, it's understandable because like a fourth of the population in New York alone is like superheroes. So it kind of just like evens out in terms of how many supervillains versus superheroes there are in New York. When Gotham's just 1 versus like 100 supervillains. Like, go move out. But looking at it from a citizen's perspective, how are you supposed to live here as well? Like you wake up, you go to work, you probably get gassed by a Scarecrow or some other villain, and then you go to the hospital, and then that fucking hospital blows up by the Joker. Like, what is going on in the city? And let's not even get into the corruption in this town. Like, how has Bruce Wayne, one of the richest people in this city, not solved like the corruption? I know it's like very hard to like solve in general, but like he's like the richest guy in Gotham. I feel like if he went into politics, he could save a lot more lives than he could as Batman. I'm just saying, like, if he really cared about the city and the people living in it, he would kill at least a few villains. And I know it's not morally right for him to do, but I literally don't care. Okay? According to the math, the more killers you kill, the less killers in the world there would be. It's just simple math, Batman. I haven't explored much of the DC universe. I'm more of a Marvel guy myself, but Gotham has to be like one of the worst cities to live in. Like, compared to Metropolis and like the city that Flash lives in. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, moving on to the second entry in my list. It is the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Living in the JJK universe as a normal person, probably not that bad unless you were in Shibuya around 7 PM on Halloween 2018. Then it wasn't the most pleasant day to be outside. It got pretty hot for October 9th from what I heard. I'm of course referencing the Shibuya incident, probably one of the biggest fights in that world's history ever from like any country. That's not even including all the everyday curses that linger around all day and night throughout society in that universe. We have a pretty good insight of what this looks like with the Nanami episode, or like flashback thing that we had, where that one barista had the curses chilling on her shoulder the whole fucking episode until Nanami basically killed it. The fact that these curses are invisible and still can affect physical matter is so much scarier. You're telling me I could be driving around Tokyo, just out of nowhere, a fucking building just shatters, and nothing comes out of the fucking hole that just shattered it? Now, if I was a normal person in Japan, and like I learned about curses, I'll be getting the first ticket out of there immediately. I really don't care where I end up, as long as there's no invisible entities just lingering around me without my knowledge. And to be honest, it seems like everyone in Japan are completely oblivious to curses, up to the point of Shibuya, so it's not the worst place to live in as a normal person, in my opinion. Especially when you take into consideration the rest of the list that I have, which we are moving on to. Alright, we got... Alright, I'm done with the joke now, but in all seriousness, I feel like Invincible is probably one of the worst universes to live in. Well, at least in like in the superhero genre. Like, imagine if every city in the world just had the probability of becoming like the MCU New York in a split second, and the haters didn't really care about you living or dying. You just wanted to fight, basically. That's basically how it is living in the Invincible universe. Not only in this universe, you're a normal human living your 9-to-5 life, and not only are there super powered individuals, there are also demons, Lovecraftian creatures, fucking parasites from Mars, interdimensional aliens. So like not even aliens from our universe, just aliens from another universe that can just spawn in to the world whenever they want to. Like they own the motherfucking Earth. And so many other things as well. Like I don't know how the average human here has the fucking balls to even exist. Shit, if you stay in your apartment, you might get blown up by some heroes that are fighting. If you take the subway, you might get discombobulated while listening to the new fucking Olivia Rodrigo album. And if you drive to work, you might get invaded mid-red light and get shot with a fucking laser. I don't know, bro. You just can't win in this universe. Like, it's literally impossible. You have to be looking over your shoulder every single second of the day, or you're gonna most likely just die. Even that won't even help you, to be honest. It's really just a scary world to live in. Especially with like season 4. Like the first 3 episodes are fucking insane. Well, not the second episode so much, but the first and third episode are just fucking chaos in the world. And let me tell you what happens. Episode 1, a dinosaur appears, and then Mark starts fighting it, and casually 9/11's a fucking building with no warning. Just, just casually. Later in that same episode, the mind-controlling parasites show up and start taking over. Like, Can these guys get a fucking break, please? And in that same episode as well, as that was happening, some alien girl was trying to steal the entire electrical grid, which, I mean, I guess, go for it. And then episode 3, the fucking interdimensional aliens pull up, like I was talking about earlier. They just fucking pull up with some fucking lasers and start shooting up the place, and they start taking hostages as well. Like, come on, man. But let's just say you didn't have to work that day, so you stayed home. Well, guess what? You're still fucked, because there's that fucking dragon outside your apartment, ready to fly in, while finding some fucking kid. I don't know. You are literally a target every day, whether the villain or hero knows it or not. So to live in this world, you truly just have to be... Alright, I'm done with the joke now. For real, this time. Because I'm moving on to One Piece. In One Piece, I was just up to the Alabasta arc while I was writing the script, but now I'm up to Water 7, which is around like 200, almost damn near 300 episodes, I think. But I'm only to the Water 7 arc, so even I don't know the full extent of the dangers out there in One Piece. So this is just up to the Water 7 arc, basically. So the world of One Piece is basically a bunch of islands, especially where the main story takes place in, which is the Grand Line. And if you don't know much about One Piece, let me explain it real quick. So the Grand Line is basically a strip of ocean with a bunch of islands in it. But if you were to use a compass like a pirate would, then you'll probably die. And that's because normal compasses don't work in the Grand Line. So you acquired this special device for like Grand Line navigation. So that's hurdle number 1 to surviving in this universe. The second hurdle, if you want to travel the sea, is to find people you can trust. But that's going to be hard because these are pirates we're talking about. So it's going to be really fucking hard to get over this hurdle. And once you overcome those 2 things, you're set to travel the Grand Line. As long as you have people that can be strong enough to fight giant creatures, like giant sea monsters, and giant land creatures, and giant flying creatures, and even just giants, you know? That's not even taking into account all the people that are like super OP, like people that can shoot fire from their hands, or like people with fucking devil fruit powers, okay? So as long as you have those 3 things in line, then you can easily survive the Grand Line. But let's just say you want to make an honest living as like a merchant or something like that. Then you get to deal with the pirates. I don't know, you might get lucky and come across Straw Hats, but there's so many pirates in this universe, that's not gonna happen. And you know what pirates do best? And that is stealing and killing. So at the end of the day, you're gonna lose something. Either your life or your shit. So good luck out there. Alright, we gotta move on from that because I got a few more places I want to get to before this video is too long. So next up we have GTA. GTA 5. What has not been said about this game? Well, I haven't heard anyone talk about how insane these prices are in the city. Like, god damn! Like, why are clothes hundreds of dollars? Even hats and shirts. Like, what the fuck? I mean, some clothes are worth that in real life, but not a fucking Spencer's or whatever the fuck this place is supposed to parody. As the normal person in this franchise, you probably won't be able to survive unless you commit crimes. The only way to avoid committing crimes is if you're making like 120 an hour. Or a minute, probably. Now let's get to the obvious reason that would be terrible to live in this godforsaken city. One of those reasons is the psychotic players that be running around the streets, just gunning down civilians, aka you and I in this situation. You cannot drive in peace while these people are just zooming by in their multi-million-dollar sports cars and, wait, flying motorcycles? God damn, I haven't played this game in a minute. But yeah, imagine how terrifying it would be to just hear an engine just look up and just see that flying motorcycle just hovering there. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do there? And not only is it a flying motorcycle, it is a flying motorcycle that shoots rockets at anyone it pleases. So, like, what are cops supposed to do about that? Like, seriously. Don't even get me started with the cops in this game. They're fucking stupid as fuck. Not only are they useless in that situation, but they're useless in basically every situation in GTA. They could have someone that just mowed down an entire city's worth of people, but as long as they don't look at them for 2 minutes, they're safe. You know, call off the search. We're done. How does that make any sense? And I know I'm taking like every situation here a little bit too literally, but that's the fun in this, you know? So yeah, if you were in a GTA universe as a normal person, you'd be so fucked. Like, it's not even funny. Because if like the criminals are not getting you, then it's gonna be the economy getting your ass, or the cops not being able to save your ass. So either way, you're kind of fucked in all fronts. Anyways, that's basically it for GTA 5. We're gonna be moving on to Arc Raiders. Now, I know not everyone's going to know what Arc Raiders is, so let me give you the rundown on it. Arc Raiders is a game where human civilization has gone to hell because robots known as the Ark have taken over the surface world, and all humans basically live underground. So you, the player, play as a raider that goes up to the surface and collects resources and try to fight off the Ark. And not only the Ark, but also other raiders as well. Of course, this place would be an absolute hell to live in. Whether you're a raider or a member of the underground society, it would just suck to live in this type of world. But if we were to rank like zombies, nukes, or like anything else, I feel like fighting robots and AI would be like top of the list of like the worst type of worlds to live in. Like, at least with zombies, you can like grab a steel pipe and like beat some heads in. But with robots, they're kind of just fucking OP as fuck. They have metal protection and like lasers that can disintegrate you in like 0.5 seconds. And that's not including the different type of arcs, such as the Leaper that basically cannonballs you, the Pops, aka the explosive roly-polies, and the fucking Shredder. Dude, I cannot imagine the fucking fear in my body if I saw a Shredder in real life. Let me show you a clip real quick and tell me this is not the scariest thing that you would see ever in your life.
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Oh my god!
Yeah, you can see why it's called the Shredder. So yeah, when it comes down to it, I believe robots are the scariest post-apocalyptic scenarios to be in. Okay, I got 3 more scenarios left on the list, so let's get to them. My next one is My Hero Academia. My Hero is one of the first animes I watched along with Death Note, and when I first watched it, I thought, damn, this would be a pretty cool world to live in. And then I thought about it a little more, and I was like, no, it would not be cool to live in here. Like, even if we break my rules of like being a normal person in every universe and put yourself like one of the main cast, it will still suck. Cause like you have like a 50% chance of like not getting a cool ass quirk, you know? Like half the cast is completely useless in 90% of the battles that are shown in the fucking anime. So even if you're a normal human in this universe, like the only heroes you can really trust is like All Might and any other adult hero. Because if you see any of these useless ass kids coming your way, you're just better off fighting villains on your own, to be honest. But not the League of Villains, because those guys are OP as shit. This is how you know the heroes have insane plot armor, because the League of Villains will have you looking like the Ash Baby in like 2 seconds. Like, half these heroes cannot go up against a single member of the league by themselves. It's just insane. This universe is like legit living in MCU, except a little worse because most of the heroes are kids and they're still training. So like, you're not gonna be fucking helped that well. Okay, going forward on the list, we have BoJack Horseman. I will not lie, I don't know much about BoJack Horseman because I have never seen it. But I kinda get it, you know? It's really just depressing. That's all I know about it, really. And I'm the type of person that likes to keep their peace intact. Like, I don't want to see any sad shit. If it's not mandatory, then I will not go through it. And I already get like depressing TikToks about cats passing away, and I don't want to see that. Like, I have 2 cats of my own. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, why? Why are you showing me this, TikTok? Stop it. Alright, going back to the show. Honestly, being a normal person in this universe seems fine. Unless you, like, find yourself within, like, the vicinity of this horse and any of his friends. Then it just seems miserable and sad and gloomy. And I'll be honest, I'm not good with emotions like that. I don't like sad emotions, and I want to deter from it. I want to push it away. Like, I'm truly the last person you should probably seek advice from. Like, if I were to talk to this horse, I'd be like, end it. And then he'd probably just turn around and blow his shit smooth off. That's the impression I'm getting from this show. Like, my coworkers told me that his dad died, and I was like, damn, that sucks. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, we're at work, bro. Like, are you bringing up such depressing news? Like, I'm just here to get my money and leave. I feel like the same thing would happen in this universe. Like, if I came across this horse, I'd be like, damn, you're hooked on drugs, alcohol, and are depressed? That's fucking sucks, dude. I feel you. Now being in my head, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why am I in this situation? That's all I really gotta say about BoJack Horseman. So moving on to the last spot on my list is gonna be Pandora. Lastly, we have Avatar. Nope, not that one. I'm talking about that one with the blue man. Oh, okay. Close enough. Just a heads up, I've only watched Fire and Ash, and because I never planned to watch these movies, but I said fuck it. You know, I was curious about it, so I said fuck it. And you know what? It was a decent movie, just horribly long, and did not need to be that long. James Cameron. It's legit nothing too crazy, but it's just one of those movies that I feel like just hype moments and aura, you know? This third movie did not need to be made. From what I've heard from the people I was watching it with, it's basically the same thing as his second movie or first movie. So like, that's cool, I guess. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about how bad it would be to live in Pandora in the first place. And it would be shit because you're basically forced to live with a bunch of people in order to survive. And I'm an introvert, so I don't fuck with people like that. But not only that, you have to survive against your environment and other creatures that live in that planet. And not only that, but you have to survive against other tribes beefing with you, like the Fire Tribe, you know? And not only that, you have the fucking US government trying to raid your fucking planet, steal your resources. For what? I don't know. I didn't watch the first two movies, so I don't know the answer to that. Even though you don't got a job or money to worry about, you still gotta fight a war, which kinda sucks, you know? I don't wanna be fighting a war every day in my life. And if you're not even fighting a war at that moment, like, you still gotta be preparing for a war, just in case it breaks out at basically any other second. Oh yeah, did I say that this war was the US government? Yeah, they kind of like low-key got plot armor because there's no way you should be winning against a professional, trained army with advanced weaponry. And you're just over here with fucking like weird-ass animals and chucking spears and some technology that can barely rival cavemen. Alrighty. Well, I know those last few ones were kind of short, and that was my bad because I kind of formatted this list pretty badly, but like I said, that's my bad. So yeah, those are my personal choices of like the worst places in fiction to live in. If you have any other places that I didn't mention, feel free to comment down below. And maybe I could do a part 2 to this video with your choices of like places that would suck to live in. Honestly, this was pretty fun to do because I got to overanalyze and like think about some things that I would not usually think about when watching these shows. Anywho, thank you for watching, and if you've made it this far, leave a like and subscribe just to watch some more fun videos from me and to keep me motivated, you know? I'm enjoying doing this YouTube thing, and you know, it's a lot of time consumption and hard work, but I'm enjoying it so far. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.